Hello everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and today we are talking through all of the books I read in May with my husband. Ever since last month when I played a game with my mom, talking through all the books I read in whatever month that was, I wanted to do it again. And so Willie has so kindly offered his time.
I was your second choice after Theodore.
Yeah, that's true. I did want Theo to do this one with me, but he is going to explain or just give me one word that's on the cover of each of the books that I read in May, and I'll have to try to guess what it is. What?
We looked back at the same time.
But before we jump into the game, here are the stats for May. All right, I think I've explained it well enough. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, book number 1. Oh, by the way, you saw this in the stats, but I read 16 books in May, so hopefully we're not here all night long because it's already 9:25. Okay, go. Did you show them the book?
Yes.
Don't do it so close that I'm going to see it.
My one word for this one will be falling.
Falling?
Mm-hmm.
Every day?
Yeah.
Am I right? Yes.
Yep.
This is Every Day by David Levithan. It is a young adult romance, kind of, more just contemporary, I guess. And we are following a person who wakes up in a different body every single day. And they one day have a really great day with a girl. I can't think of what her name is, but they have such a great day that the next day they wake up in a different body but try to find that girl again and just keep trying to do that day after day. It really makes you think about how lucky you are that you have what you have, because in this person's case, they woke up one day and everything else was completely different. So it was good. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. Don't think I'll continue on with the series, but still good to read it. And it's one I got off of my self-destruct TBR, and it counted for my buzzword challenge with the word every. So, okay, that was actually the first book I read this month.
Oh.
So you're
I'm doing them in order.
Unintentionally going in order.
Maybe.
Let's see if you can pick the next one. You don't have to be quiet when you show it to them.
Oh, but I don't know what to say. The word is butterfly.
Is this the one and only family?
Yes. And
Okay.
everybody's wondering why.
Why he said butterfly. This was a stand-in. I should have said that. There are a couple books that are standing in for like Kindle books or audiobooks that I did not have the physical book for. So this was actually standing in for the one and only family, which does have a butterfly on here. So I'll see how good my editing skills can be. If when you hold it up, I can put it there. But the one and only family was the completion to this series by Catherine Applegate, and we follow Ivan and his wife Kayani as they have children, and it's really fun. They live in a zoo. They see their elephant friend Ruby all the time and their dog friend Bob. So it's just a sweet middle grade, and I'm sad that it's over, but it was just a great ending, so I gave it 5 stars. Okay, that wasn't the second book I read this month, so good job going out of order. All right, book number 3.
Okay. This one. And I'm going to say chimney.
Okay, it has to have a house on it then, probably. So I'm guessing. Is there only one book I read? Is it One Mistake?
No.
Oh, darn it. Okay.
No, it's not.
Is it First Lie Wins?
No.
What? Chimney. Are you yanking my chain?
Nope. I'm not yanking your chain.
Okay, we should say if I don't get it on the third guess, I just lose and I get to look.
So, wind.
We should keep points. That's a good idea.
You're trying to cheat.
No, I'm not. Is it the Other Einstein?
No.
Darn it.
I win.
What is it? What'd you win? That's the most obscure object he could have chosen
I pointed to it.
on this book. Well, good job. I guess we are now playing for points. So I have 2, you have 1. This is Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake, the first in her Bright Falls series. It's a great romance with wonderful characters. I fell in love with each of the 4 characters, Delilah, Claire, Iris, and Astrid. I'm excited to see what happens in the following books in the series. Astrid Parker doesn't fail, and Iris Kelly doesn't date. I don't know if that's what they're called, but super fun. Delilah is our main character in this one, and she goes back to her hometown, teeny small town of Bright Falls, to photograph her stepsister's wedding. All the while, her stepsister's friends are trying to stop the wedding, break up Astrid and Spencer. So it's really fun. Oh, and Astrid falls in love with one of her stepsister's best friends, Claire. So super cute romance. I gave it 4 stars. Now this is going to be hard because you're trying to win.
No, I won't. I was
Chimney.
I don't want to pick house because that seemed too easy.
I don't think I would have picked house. I'm just like more focused on the 2 characters, so I wouldn't have even thought of it. Okay. 2-1. I'll make a stack back here.
I'll win without
Of our points.
trying to win.
Okay. Book number 4.
This one is Pants.
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 You are trying to win.
No, I'm not.
Pants.
Pants.
A good kind of trouble.
No.
The Woman in Me.
Yes. Yes. There's not too much.
Because that's
to
all she's wearing. What else would you have said?
Nothing. Naked lady.
Naked lady, and I would have gotten that for sure. Okay, this is Britney Spears' memoir, The Woman in Me. We get firsthand account of what Britney Spears went through, especially with the conservatorship that her father had over her, on her, when she was an adult. So, super sad. Made me feel really bad for Britney Spears, and I really liked it. I enjoyed hearing her story, and the moral of the story is standing up for who you are and not apologizing for who you are. So yeah, it was good. I really liked it. Wow, look at her. I wasn't like a super huge Britney Spears fan, but I do enjoy her music. I think she's a great entertainer for sure. And man, this made me hate Justin Timberlake, which makes me sad because I love him, but he was not great to her. Okay, so I got that one with Pants. Let's see what's next.
I'm trying to like shuffle the books around a little bit before I pick them, so you don't.
I don't even remember what order I gave them to you in.
You probably know which ones were on top of the box. So.
Maybe.
Okay. Backpack.
Oh, this is A Good Kind of Trouble.
Yeah.
Yay!
Almost said Black Power.
Well, that could have been good too.
Would you have got it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is A Good Kind of Trouble by Lisa Moore Ramey. Ramey? I don't know how you say her last name. This
That's
is...
right.
Is it?
I don't know.
This is a middle grade or YA that my friend Lily lent to me. She is a voracious reader. My friend Lily. She's in 7th grade. Just finished 7th grade.
They met her
Yeah, she's been on
a couple times.
a couple times. Yeah. Titanic vlog and like right when I first met her a year or more ago. Anyway, so she brought me some books the other day when they came for a little pool party, and I decided I needed to read them semi-soon because I don't want to have her books forever. So I read this one, listened to it, and it was really good. Definitely geared more toward that age level, so it wasn't like phenomenal for me, but still spoke about some great topics, Black Power being one, or the Black Lives Matter movement more specifically. But it follows a young girl, what's her name, Shayla, in middle school, and it's kind of right around the time of middle school where friend groups are shifting, and she doesn't really like that because she wants to be best friends with her two friends. They call themselves the United Nations for the rest of her school years, at least, for sure. So that is difficult. And then her sister is going to all of these rallies. It's during a time when there is a trial against a white officer who had shot a black man. And so it doesn't specifically say which instance that was, but there are many in the United States in the past however many years. And so there's that kind of looming over Shayla's middle school years. So it was good. I think I gave it 3 stars because I think for this age range, it's a really great contemporary realistic fiction for them. Okay, I got that one.
Yeah, that was easy.
For sure. Make it harder. No, just kidding, don't.
Trying to think of a word. Jewelry? Jewelry.
Jewelry?
Jewelry. I'm bad at getting it to focus.
The Phoenix Crown?
That's right.
Yes!
You win.
Woohoo! Oh, and it's hard with a
Yeah.
library book, too.
Is that jewelry? That's like a...
Yeah, it's called the Phoenix Crown, actually. So it's a Chinese...
Phoenix crown.
Yeah, it's like a Chinese
So that's
headdress.
jewelry. The
Yes,
crown
it's
is
jewelry.
Yeah.
For sure. So, The Phoenix Crown by Kate Quinn and Janie Chang is a historical fiction taking place in 1906 in San Francisco, so right when the big earthquake happened. We follow 2 different women. One is a white woman who is trying to make her way as a soprano opera singer, and the other is a Chinese American woman who is just trying to make her way in life. Chinese people in the early 1900s are looked down on, and so yeah, she's just trying to make a way for herself in her life, and that is by creating jewelry. She didn't make the Phoenix Crown, but it plays a big part in this story. We are following how these women are connected. I think I talk a little bit more about this one in my most recent weekend reading vlog, so if you want to check that out, you can hear more of my thoughts. But I think I gave it 4 stars. It just didn't wow me like I wanted it to, but still really great. I love Kate Quinn's writing. I really enjoyed her ones that take place in World War II. So, yeah.
I think there's a page flipped up here.
No, it's just a receipt.
Oh, it's a receipt.
Anyway,
Okay.
super good. And this was a new release I'd been wanting to get to. My stack is bigger than yours. I'm winning. Just means I know my books.
Sometimes I look at a couple of the other books to see if there's any similarities. It's like that game that we play.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Codenames.
Codenames.
Pictures. I'm gonna say this one could be obvious in many ways, but I'm gonna make it a little less obvious by saying smoke. But you still get it.
Is it Iron Flame?
Yes,
Okay.
that's smoke, isn't it?
I would say maybe clouds, but I knew that there was fire. And when there's fire, there's smoke. Iron Flame. This is the second after Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. If you don't know it.
Oh, the pages are black.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It is cool. Sprayed edges, they're called.
The book has sprayed edges.
Good job, Lily. I talk about this one at length in my Romantasy reading vlog, so I'll link that up above. But I thought it was a pretty good sequel to Fourth Wing. I gave Fourth Wing 4 stars, and I gave Iron Flame 4 stars. So I think they're fun. They're enjoyable. Have a good time while I read them. And I already pre-ordered the next book, Onyx Storm. It comes out in January. Excited.
How many is there going to be?
5. I think it's going to be a 5-book series.
Next.
How many have we done? Are we like halfway there?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You gotta pick up the pace.
This one is I'm going to say arrows.
Arrows.
That's a little trickier.
Trying to do process of elimination. Thinking of the books I have left. The Friend Zone?
That's right.
Are there arrows on the... Oh,
They're pointing to it.
Sure. Okay.
Were you thinking bow and arrows?
No.
No.
There's no books that have bow and arrows in it.
This one doesn't have?
No, just swords. Swords. Oh, maybe she does have a bow and arrow.
Not on the cover.
Not on the cover. Willie has to go attend to a child, so I'll just tell you about this book quickly. This is The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. This is the first in her trilogy before the one she's currently putting books out for. But I still love her romances. So in this one, we are following Kristen. Sorry if you can hear Theo in the background. I think he just has to go to the bathroom. But when he wakes up in the middle of the night to pee, he gets so sad. Anyway, okay. Kristen runs like a dog accessory business, and when her carpenter quits, her carpenter to make doggy steps up to couches and beds, he quits. She hires the new guy in town who happens to be one of her best friends, if that makes sense. Josh is new in town. He has moved to some town in California. It's been a while since I read this. Can you tell? He's new in town working as a firefighter, and Kristen and Josh have friends in common. They're both going to be the maid of honor and best man in their friend's wedding. So they have to get along because they are going to be a part of this wedding, but they maybe get along too well, and Kristen does not want to have a relationship with him. First of all, she has a boyfriend who is on a tour in Iraq, possibly, or Afghanistan. But, so she does not cheat. I was really worried about that there was going to be a cheating trope here, but that does not happen. So she says that to Josh. We're not going to be anything. But they have a really good friendship, and their friendship ultimately blossoms into something. But I'm not going to tell you how that happens. Just know that it doesn't happen while she's with somebody else. I really liked this one. Did I give it 5 stars? I think I did because I read it in one day. I gave it 4.5 stars. And I can't remember why I docked at the half. Maybe because I didn't like the miscommunication, which always happens in a romance. I wish that they would just tell each other how they're feeling instead of assuming what the other thinks they're feeling. So that was frustrating, but still really liked it. And now we just sit here waiting for Willie. He's back.
Back.
Did he just have to pee?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Ready. How about this? I'm going to say thorns. Thorns.
Serpent in the Wings of Night.
Yes.
They're roses?
These are thorns.
I know, but are there...
That's a rose, I think, isn't it?
No, that's a jewel. Oh, it is a rose. It's a blue rose.
I thought it was a jewel at first, too.
I thought this whole time that it was a jewel. It's a rose. But
Because there's thorns.
thorns, I mean, yeah. I just know this cover pretty well because it's a very...
Every jewel has its thorns.
Anyway, this is by Carissa Broadbent. It is a super fun romantasy with vampires. I talk about it at length in my romantasy reading vlog. I really enjoyed it. There's a game aspect. The romance is good. I gave it 4.5 stars.
Nice. Ready for the next
Let's
one?
keep going.
Window.
Oh, it could be a couple.
Really? Mm-hmm. But it's not. It's only one.
Yeah, there are 2 domestic thrillers that I read that have windows on the cover. Is it One Mistake?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Okay, so yeah, I had to use a different book because I read One Mistake on my Kindle. But this is a domestic psychological thriller. I talk about this one in my Read It or Not challenge for the month of May. I didn't love this one. I didn't hate this one. It was middle of the road. I gave it 3 stars. I think I want my thrillers to like involve a murder, and this didn't. It was more just like money laundering kind of thing. But I didn't want to give up on it. I wanted to know what happened to our main character. So anyway.
Did you know there wasn't going to be a murder when you started?
No, I didn't know.
Maybe there was going to be a murder. That's why you kept reading.
Maybe, but I also never read the back. There isn't a back. This is a different book. I didn't really know much about the book because I got it on like an Amazon first reads, whatever. So this is actually The Housemaid. Posing! Okay. It was fine. I wouldn't recommend it, I guess.
Okay, this one I'm going to say a town.
A town.
Town.
The Other Einstein?
That's right. Good job.
There is a town on there.
It's in the background.
I guessed this one for chimney, didn't I?
I can't remember. Why? No,
I thought the buildings were closer than what this is. Anyway, The Other Einstein by Marie Benedict. It is a historical fiction telling us about Mileva Maric, or the first wife of Albert Einstein, back in 1896 and then in the early 1900s. I also drew this out of my Read It or Not jar, so I talk about that one at length. I liked this story, but it made me mad because of how much Albert took advantage of Mileva and her brilliant mind. So I gave it 4 stars, but I also hated it because I was so mad at Albert Einstein. But it was good. I hated it, but it was good.
Is it true? Is that true?
Yeah, it's a true story. The author did a lot of research.
Okay, how about this one? Let's say, I don't know if I'm going to make it a little tricky.
Okay.
Sphere.
Sphere.
Sphere. Sphere. Words are interesting. Sounding interesting to me this time of night.
A Fading Thin Blood?
No.
Oh.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Strike 1.
I feel like you should just get that point. I feel like 3 guesses isn't fair at this point, but...
Well, to your YouTube channel.
Is it Everything Else in the Universe?
That's right. Correct.
Okay,
Ding,
sphere.
ding, ding.
Where's the sphere? Oh.
In the background. You're going to say dragonfly.
I know, I thought you would say dragonfly. No.
I thought about saying map, but I don't think that's a map. It looks
No,
like
I think that's
stain.
a water stain.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a middle grade by Tracy Holzer. This one follows a young girl whose father is just returning from the Vietnam War. He is returning a changed man. He also lost an arm while in Vietnam, and so changed physically, but also emotionally and mentally. I didn't connect with this one as much as others. This was the middle grade March book club pick, and everyone, it seemed, loved this book, but I couldn't. I don't know. Maybe it was the age demographic. Maybe I was comparing it too much to The Women by Kristen Hanna, which deals with Vietnam. But I found the writing difficult. I don't know if Tracy Holzer has written more, but I don't know. It just didn't work for me. I gave it 3 stars because I still think it has some great merit, and I think it would be a great book to introduce the Vietnam War and the vets who came home from Vietnam to middle graders or young adults. So it was good. And I was listening to the middle grade March discussion after the fact, and I totally understand where they're coming from. They loved the book, the theme of connectedness and how we're all connected to each other in one way or another. I really like, but I don't know. I didn't connect to the book. Bummer. Next. You kind of stumped me on that one.
Yeah.
Maybe it should go in your pile.
You still got it.
Oh, okay.
This one, I want to say...
It's getting easier now because
That'll be too easy.
there's only a few books left.
Yeah, I'll probably give this one, but I'll say it anyways. Oh, I know what I'll say. Swan.
Stop looking at me, Swan.
What?
It's not a swan. It's a crane.
Oh, yeah, crane.
It's Manacled.
Yeah, it's Manacled.
Why do you hold the book so close?
I'm trying to get it to focus.
Oh, they'll be able to see it.
Okay.
They'll know.
Good.
Manacled was a Harry Potter fan fiction that I read this month. Pulled it out of my Read It or Not challenge jar, and it was really, really good. I gave it 5 stars. It is as if the Harry Potter storyline ended at book 5, which this is book 5.
Oh.
And instead of Harry and his gang winning, Voldemort wins. And so we're in this weird, like, post-apocalyptic world, it feels like. And they are in need of reproducing the magical line. And for some reason, magical people are having difficulty with that. So they make fertile women into handmaids. And so it's like a mix between Harry Potter and Handmaids, or A Handmaid's Tale. And Draco Malfoy's handmaid is Hermione. And it's a Hermione romance. Enough said. If you want to hear me raving more about it, check out my Read It or Not vlog. Yeah, that was easy. Swan.
I didn't want to say, thought about saying origami, but that'd be too easy. So I thought, but then I just
Hermione
forgot that
folds cranes when she's in isolation. Okay.
How about this one? I'll say hair.
A Fading Tin Blood. No?
No, incorrect.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, then it's A Love Song for Ricki Wilde.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oops.
I mean,
Like-
yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. Okay, this is A Love Song for Ricki Wilde by Tia Williams. I loved this one. Tia Williams' romances get me. I loved whatever her first book was called. Wow, that really sells it.
The book's on me.
What's her first book called? Or her latest, I shouldn't say her first. 7 Days in June. That was a really great book. And this one I thought was equally as good. Except now I can't remember the character names. That's life, isn't it? Okay, we follow Ricki Wilde. Couldn't remember her name.
It's on the front.
It's on the front of the book. Okay, Ricki Wilde is a part of this family who runs funeral homes, and she doesn't want to be a part of that business, so she sets off and starts her own floral business in Brooklyn, New York. No, Harlem, New York. And she sees this man and like is instantly drawn to him, but he always escapes her somehow, like runs away from her, doesn't want to talk to her. One day they see each other in a cemetery, I think, and she figures out who he is. She kind of like creepily follows him, but he feels this draw to her too. So there's this connection between them. But then you're following a different timeline and you figure out that he's from a different time period, which is really confusing. I didn't realize there was going to be this magical realism.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that either.
I know. But it's also like a leap day kind of magic. Anyway, I don't know how much I can say about this without... They fall in love, but their love is cursed because of the magic. It's really not like all that magical. It's very contemporary, but still really beautiful. And also the relationship that Ricki Wilde has with like this adoptive grandma who owns the building that her floral shop is in is really, really sweet. And the sacrifices that grandma makes for her is what made this book perfect. Anyway, 5 stars. Loved it. We're coming down to 2, right? 2 left?
Yeah. Do you know which ones they are?
Yep.
Okay, so that can be tricky.
Yes, sure. It'd be super tricky. But I don't think there's much in common with these covers.
I will say stairs.
First Lie wins.
Oh, darn it. You know that's
I guess I wouldn't have, but there's no stairs in the other book. This is First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston, a very new thriller that came out, I think, at the beginning of the year. The tagline here is, Evie Porter has everything a nice Southern girl could want: a doting boyfriend, a house with a white picket fence, a tight group of friends. The only catch, Evie Porter doesn't exist. So we're following Evie and why she doesn't actually exist. She has these missions that she works for this like man, this, what's that where he's a word where he's like not seen or heard or like this.
He's invisible?
No. No, he's like a mob boss, kind of like a, there's a word. His name is Mr. Smith, and he gives her jobs and directions and new identities and yada yada. It was really page turnery. I wanted to figure out what was going to happen to Evie Porter, but ultimately I just like, I don't think I like thrillers that deal with
not murder.
Not murder. I've said that already. Mm-hmm. And I guess there is death in this book, but it doesn't revolve around that. So I don't know. I don't know why I didn't like it. Like a bunch of rich people fighting against more rich people, I guess I just don't like. Because that's kind of in One Mistake. It was a bunch of money issues too. So I don't know. Maybe that's it. But I gave it 3.5 stars. And last one. A Fading to Blood. What word were you going to say?
I don't know. Maybe that's why I didn't pick it.
I would have said, well, when you said hair.
I know. I forgot that this one was in there still.
Mm-hmm. Hair or like hand. That's a very important part of the book. You wouldn't know that. But
what's this design behind? Is it runes?
Yeah, it might be Norse.
I said runes. Runes.
Norse runes.
Water. Or
water.
Water.
Anyway, A Fading to Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. This is the start of a series that is based on Norse mythology, kind of. Or Norse tales. Anyway, I read this for my Romantasy vlog. I went way off base and got this for a Book of the Month pick, and I did like it. I think I gave it 4 stars. I'm excited to read more about Freya and Bjorn. The only thing I didn't like is how slow burn their romance was. I wanted more romance. Anyway, help me put these books in a stack. We did it. So, here we go. Oh, don't fall over.
There's more here.
There's more? Oh my gosh. I thought that was all of them. This is a big stack. Ah!
Lift them up.
Help me. These are the 16 books I read this month. Wow, that was an accomplishment. I was participating in the Escape the Readathon, but I didn't feel like I read super much more than I normally do. Still, big stack of books. I think it was like 6,000 pages or something. It's a lot.
Oh.
Let me know if you have read any of these books and what you thought of them. Did you like them? Did you not? Did you agree with me? Let's have some conversation in the comments down below. Thanks, Willie, for being here. And thank you all for watching. I will see you very soon in another video. Bye.
Bye.